So the $1 million question is, how many times in this video am I going to screw up and call Hydro Man Aquaman? Hey YouTube, what goes on? And welcome back to Disavowed Action Figures. Tonight, bringing another action figure review, taking a closer look at the Marvel Legends Spider-Man The Animated Series VHS 2-pack from Hasbro Pulse of Daredevil versus the Hydro Man. Very excited to get this in hand in the mail today from Hasbro Pulse. I have Daredevils, but I wanted this Daredevil as well. I do not have any Hydro Mans in my collection, so this was a must pick up for me. It's the first pickup I've made of the VHS packaging for Spider-Man. I do have some of the X-Men VHS packaging, but very excited to get the things out of the box. So if you've watched my channel before, basically what we'll do is we'll take a look at the packaging, which we're kind of doing right now. We'll take the figures out, move them around a little bit, do some comparisons with some other figures in Marvel Legends and other action figure lines. So what you're going to get coming out of the cardboard box are, again, the wax paper kind of baggies going on. These are going by the wayside. Not a whole lot of this type of packaging out there on the horizon moving forward, I don't think. And you do get basically the two figures in these pieces of the cardboard like this, also in the baggies. We've seen it before, right? Nothing new. And here are our figures out of the packaging, and these look really freaking cool. The main reason I wanted it was the Daredevil. Even though, as I mentioned, I do have the one from that 3-pack from Hasbro Pulse. I really didn't know what to expect from the Hydro Man. You know what? He actually looks really freaking cool. I'm really digging it. I do like that translucent plastic they're using right here. So yeah, he might be the sleeper of this pack that I didn't really expect to enjoy a whole lot. So let's go through all the accessories. By the way, this was not in a baggie. It's also not bendy wire. I know some of us really had hoped. It's not. It looks like it is because of the actual material, but it is not bendy wire. It's going to pop right back in place. We'll put that to the side. So let's go through the baggie, see all the accessories, and then kind of move these guys around a little bit, and then also do some comparisons. And here are our accessories all out of the baggies, and a lot of stuff comes with this, which is pretty cool to see. We already talked about this going on right here. Put that to the side. One thing, which we'll go right to here, is an alternate head for Daredevil. So this is the head we did get on the original that came in the 3-pack with the closed mouth, kind of really no expression on the face. But this time around, the head coming actually on the buck is going to be an open mouth face. So we do get the open mouth here, the teeth gritting going on right there. That can look really freaking cool. So I'm digging that. Alternate sculpt is great. It's just too bad we can't really utilize that on our other Daredevil. It's not going to match up really well. But other accessories with this thing, we do get the alternate hands. We get the punching hands. We do get the gripping hands. But here we get these hands this time around, showing more expression here. A lot of people are pumped about these. I am as well. A lot more you can do with posing and figure photography with these open hands right here. So that's cool to see. You get the two pieces for the billy clubs right there. As far as Hydro Man is concerned, these are really neat. You can utilize these in a lot of different ways, which I'm sure people will. But we get two of those going on, those water effects. And we get two extra set of hands, basically. So we do get the punching hands and also the open hands right here. So decent amount of accessories going on with our Hydro Man and our Daredevil. As far as how they look up close, I'm digging this look. I'm not a huge fan of the cell shading on figures. My X-Men, I'm not a big fan of the cell shading, but this just looks good. Daredevil seems to always be coming from the shadows. You know, he's out operating at night a lot of times. So I think this just makes sense. To me, it looks more like this is actually how the uniform looks, as opposed to the cell shading. So I'm digging that, even how it looks on the head sculpt right there. So again, I think this looks pretty good. And even again, the Hydro Man, didn't know what I was going to be getting with this guy, other than the fact that I didn't have one. And it looks cool. I'm sure you can put some light back behind, do a lot of different things with this guy. So yeah, I'll be hanging on to it, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, came out looking pretty good. The teeth are interesting right there. So he does have teeth, even though he's made of water. I guess that's a interesting choice. But even as far as how he looks here, you can kind of see you do get the pins, obviously, going with this guy. I always say be careful with translucent plastic as well. You don't want to break it or anything. Like my shoulder is already kind of hard to kind of articulate right there. This one's fine. But yeah, overall, I'm digging how these things look up close. And articulation on Hydro Man. Head will go all the way around. Looks down about that far. Looks up about that far. You do get some attitude going right there with the pivot on the head. Shoulders go all the way around. Will pop up above 90, which is pretty good. We do have the cut going on up here. Double jointed elbow. pins are going on right there. Hand rotates all the way around, left to right, horizontal hinge going on the hand. We do get the waist cut going on right there. Articulation, of course, upper thigh right there. Double jointed knee, that far back. Pins, of course, down here in the foot. There's no boot cut or anything. In the foot, we'll rotate, go down about that far, go up about that far. It's on the rocker. We go about that far out as far as the splits are concerned. And then we also do get the torso articulation going down about that far, going back pretty far. So it does what it needs to do for articulation. And then articulation, this is the buck from the Daredevil, came from that 3-pack. Also the Spider-Man Renew Your Vows. So I'm not going to go through all of it. Again, butterfly joints are great. Obviously the toe hinges, what really kicks this thing off the best. But again, it's a perfect buck to me for Daredevil. I love the Deadpool on this buck. So again, I think anytime a figure comes out of this buck, I'm probably going to be getting it for the time being because it's just great articulation for these types of figures and these sorts of characters. And as I was saying, I do dig these alternate hands, the kind of open hands. They show a lot more expression. You can do a lot more with them as far as posing is concerned. So that's a pretty nice addition to this if you already had the original Daredevil. That came in that 3-pack. And again, also that open mouth gritting head sculpt with the teeth looks pretty freaking cool. Let's do some comparisons with other figures, other lines. And in terms of comparisons, here is the Hasbro Pulse VHS Spider-Man Daredevil versus Hydro Man as compared to other figures with the same buck, being the Deadpool SDCC exclusive, the Spider-Man Renew Your Vows, and also the Daredevil Hasbro Pulse 3-pack exclusive. So again, as I mentioned earlier in the video, love this buck. It's very often I will pass on a figure that has it. Love those toe joints. Love those butterfly articulated shoulders. Just a great buck in general. As far as some comparisons for Hydro Man, here is Hydro Man as compared to the AOA Age of Apocalypse Iceman figure. Again, very similar translucent looking plastic here, a little bit brighter over here. But again, kind of digging these translucent figures. But those teeth look so ominous. And some more Marvel Legends Spider-Man comparisons. Here are Hydro Man and Daredevil as compared to the Black Suit Symbiote Spider-Man retro carded figure, as well as the Ben Reilly retro carded Spider-Man figure. And I kind of feel like it's only a matter of time until we do get that Black Suit Symbiote Spider-Man on the buck with those toe joints. Let's wait and see, Hasbro. And some non-Hasbro comparisons. Here's the John Constantine MEZCO Toys action figure, and also the Ken Masters Jada Street Fighter 2 action figure as compared to Hydro Man and Daredevil. And here they are as compared to Luigi from the Super Mario Brothers movie, and also the Plunderlings Feral Cheetah. And last, and as everybody loves to say, certainly not least, here are the Daredevil and Hydro Man from the Spider-Man Animated Series 2-pack VHS, as compared to the Jazzwares Orange Cassidy Unrivaled AW action figure. And as always, Orange just looking to chill and hang out. And final thoughts on this VHS 2-pack from Hasbro Pulse. No regrets. I'm glad I picked it up. I'm digging the Daredevil. Again, I don't mind having some extra Daredevils on that buck in my collection, especially with a much different look, with an alternate head sculpt and alternate hands. Digging the Hydro Man as well for what it is. Didn't have a Hydro Man, so for me, looks pretty freaking cool. So overall, glad I picked this up. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's free for you. It does not cost you anything, and it helps us grow the channel tremendously in the march to 6,000 subscribers. While you're at it, go ahead and click that bell for notifications. That way YouTube will notify you and tell you when we post new content here to the channel, like weekly toy hunts, reviews, and live streams. Leave a comment down below, hit that like button, and for daily toy content and daily toy updates, try checking us out over at Instagram and Twitter at Disavowed_12. Hey everybody, if you're going toy hunting this week, please try to remember the 3 P's of the toy hunt: patience, persistence, most of all, politeness. Take care, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing all of you at the pegs.